is Muhammad Sheikh, and I'm the chair of the Immigration Committee. And today is May 16, and now it's time 6:15 p.m. today. And we have a lot of things going on in our community, in our world, and we are emphasizing we will get back our places pretty soon, and we will be like a dream to help each ourselves, to each other and our community. So before I move on as for the agenda, Mr. DM, you the one start like introducing and
Sure.
move forward from here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So my name is Anthony Jordan, the district manager to the board. Just a reminder to everyone tonight, we are being broadcast live on our YouTube page. Please check out Bronx CB1. If when you're speaking for the first time, please make sure you say your first and last name, speak clearly and concisely for our recording devices for the meeting. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Madam Secretary,
Hello.
your floor.
Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Argelia Ortiz. You could just call me Argie, and I am a member of the Immigration Committee and, of course, a member of the board also.
Thank you. Next, please.
Stephen Palmer is Community Coordinator to Bronx CB1.
Thank you all. Before we move forward with the agenda, I like to give a little bit brief what we did since we start our new committee, Immigration Committee. I say new committee because before there was no separate committee that we're working with. So what is our output? What is our commitment? What did we do? That kinds of self-explanatory things comes in my mind. I believe Mr. DM can give all of us a little bit description how we did it and what is the goals we have, what we need to accomplish, how much we empowered our community, how much we help them to engage with us, that kinds of things. And those discussions help us to move forward, bring more people, bring more board members to willing to join with our committee. That would be a fruitful work. Mr. DM, this is your floor, please.
All right, Mr. Chairman, thank you. So, reviewing the reason why this committee was created is to also to be able to help bring to the community, to our 200,000 plus constituents, including our immigrant community, resources and services as it relates to the recent immigration-related issues and concerns, especially in 2025. As you know, the issues that are currently now impacting the immigration issues is around border security and enforcement. There has been an increased apprehension and deportations that has been happening under this current federal administration. Over thousands of our brothers and sisters have faced these actions, whether they are in the process of being looked at as migrants or other protections. They have faced these apprehensions and deportations. There are record low encounter that has happened in the last, recorded in March of 2025, but it's still happening with apprehensions and deportations. There's been a large focus on detentions and removals and under this current administration. It's been happening. There has also been a record number of legal immigration and visa processing, even though there have been backlogs in these processing. So we're working with our federal partners to look at the delays in the USCIS is having in those backlogs to help folks who are obtaining visas or green cards to be able to have access to these needed resources and services. There's been increased scrutiny and restrictions that have been placed on folks who are looking for assistance or seeking assistance around immigration-related issues. There's been a large focus on employment-based immigration type like programs. So we've been working with our partners to lobby USCIS and the Department of State to be working to empower those who are in need for issuing employment-based immigration visas. There has been, unfortunately, a suspension of the refugees admissions. This administration has suspended the U.S. Refugee admissions program for the last 90 days. And so we're working to, this community is working to help reunite that in the community, because it's an important part of folks who come to our country needs to establish refugee status. There have been some changes in the asylum procedures. The changes in the procedures, including implementation of stricter rules and potential expansion of the expedited removal program. So we were working with our members in Congress to help look into that and study why that is happening. Increased challenges for asylum seekers. Asylum seekers face challenges at the border and in immigration courts, including potential detention and deportation. So we're working with our federal colleagues to look and help understand why that's happening on this administration. And then has been also accounts of unauthorized immigration and enforcement, the processes. We're increasing the unauthorized immigration population. The unauthorized immigration population increased to in this country from 13.7 million $13.7 million since mid 2023, and so that's extremely have been negatively impactful to the immigration community. There have been numbers of the debates on deportation legalization, and we are pledging in this community board to be part of that. Like we said, the South Bronx has the largest immigrant growing community from every part of this world. And so the time is now for this committee time is now more important for a community like this. And under your leadership, Mr. Chairman, we hope to be able to look at all these issues to attack them not one by one, but simultaneously, so that we can ensure that our brothers and sisters are here in our district, in our borough, have the opportunity to be able to be productive members of society and get the opportunity to be able to continue their education, raise their families, find gainful employment, obtain skills that is needed to be able to help our country and our community begin to progress and grow. And so we appreciate your leadership and help to make this happen. And I know as we round up the season of the community board, we will fight tooth and nail with every one of our federal colleagues and partners to make that happen. So thank you for your time, allowing me to speak, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. District Manager. I want to make sure one thing. It was very resourceful, the way you explained, and only we can do the resources we can bring to the community, bring to our neighborhood, bring to our constituents, because we are only the resource center. Because legally, we cannot give any kinds of opinion direction to the constituents or anybody else. In regards to I'm mentioning immigration issue, because it is a delicate and very sensitive issue, and especially in that issue, when somebody asks for kinds of help, we are a resource center. We can direct to the city authority who are working with the migrant population, and the other elected official. This is one thing. The other thing, you already aware of that, and this South Bronx is a melting pot of migrant community. That's why our commitment, the plan, the goal we have in our mind to contribute the society, contribute the country, we will never back up. We will stand up, move forward, and work with migrant community stand by the rule of law, because we are law-abiding citizens. Of course, there is a lots of individual people has a lot of issue. Our advice to all of the community members: get a legal person. The legal person can help you who know about the law. Don't jeopardize yourself, your future with a fake scammer people. And as per report, we had lots of people. They don't have no previous knowledge. They don't know knowledge. They're just making money with the innocent immigrant people. That's why when they come to us, we will be truthful and we will redirect the resources that we knew about the migration helps. Thank you for your resourceful address to the community board. And the other thing I want to hear from our Madam Secretary, who is in the field level, always work with the migrant community. Madam Artelia, it is your floor.
Okay.
Give us some idea.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, Similar to what we have spoken about in the past, and the DM, you gave some very interesting statistics, which is indeed very important, what you have just said. But of course, I think I indirectly also wanted to wait for the office and so forth to come together like it is. But I think one of my goals is to bring in, for example, Know Your Rights Forum, in the sense that we will make available legal resources to our immigration population. Let me give you an example. One of the organizations had something similar, and they were, I think it was Catholic Charities, they were able to take one of the parishes and were able to sponsor, a legal firm came in there and was able to provide any kind of direct legal advice uh, to, especially, particularly the immigrant population. So I wonder if, I think that's one of, in the future, because there's also, my concern is that I've noticed there's so much anxiety, especially among the immigration population, going on, and there's such a large population of them in our district. Okay, so I think it will be a good way of reaching out to them and being able to let them know there are resources available. Okay, yes, the law is the law. We're aware of that, and we are aware of the kind of criterias involved. But similar to what Mr. Muhammad has said, when it comes, it's a delicate issue. Okay, because we want to make sure that any advice or resource that we make available, especially to the immigrants, is a stable place that they could indeed go to and get direct help. I'm aware of the fact that there are also a lot of scams going on out there. Okay, and I've heard so many stories of, I know somebody told me she gave so much money to somebody and they told her that they could get her a green card or papers, and then she never saw the person again. You know, these are realistic things that are happening, and that is one reason why I'm saying that perhaps something similar to like a forum in which we could get the professional legal folks to come in and have a direct communication line with that immigration population. So my main aim is, of course, to reach out to those populations because there are so many of them, especially living in our district among us. And and I think it'll be successful. Very similar to this past Tuesday, we had the Access Arrive. Uh, I thought that was very successful. You know, we had a lot of folks that were able to ask questions and get an understanding of how that system really works. And I'm just paddling that because I think that that's a resource all by itself. And we actually had a pretty good turnout, didn't we? I was able to come to that myself, and I thought it was very successful. Congratulations to our DM. Thank you, Stephen, for the hard work you did with putting that Access a Right forum. Okay, and I'm just paralleling that to, I think, something like the Know Your Rights forum. I think I will call it, for the immigrant, geared towards the immigrant population. I had experience with the Bronx Defenders one time. We did back during the stop and frisk season when that was a big deal, and still is indirectly. We did a Know Your Rights and reached out. And then we targeted the youngsters and the people that we saw were mostly affected by this. So that's a similarity to what I hope to do in the future. And I think we will actually be able to get enough of them that can trust us. When it comes to the immigrant population, the first thing I always try to gain is their trust. Okay, because many of them, believe it or not, they are fearful. Okay, and and I think, like Mr. Muhammad, I thank you for reaching out to them the way you have, and I think it's all of us within the this community board to reach out and serve them. Okay, so that is one of the main aims and one of the main goals that I would like to see happen, providing adequate, efficient legal resources to them and legal advice. Where are these people supposed to go when they feel they're being targeted and when they feel that, you know, that oh, I saw a lady the other day say, I think I'm going to get deported, I'm going to get it, and she was talking to me so with so much anxiety. But I was trying to say, well, wait, you do have rights, you're already here in this country, so the best thing you could do is go get the proper legal advice, speak to a proper attorney if you have to. And yes, there are resources available that could do that. They just have to know where to go and get geared into the right direction. So that is one main thing that I will do, that I would like to see get done, and that I myself would diligently like to work towards. Okay, I guess I'm piggybacking a little bit off everything that Anthony, the DM, has just read. These are very realistic statistics, and it's an actual issue that is not going to go away. It's probably going to be escalating. Okay, it probably will. If we look at the realistic side of this situation. So thank you very much for allowing me to speak this today.
Thank you, Madam Argelia. I highly appreciate the way you explain our activities and our future plan and how we can contribute in the community. The one thing I have in my mind, and I am pleased to share that the people behind the screen working, we don't appreciate that much how they're working hard. I'm especially mentioning our board. It's not even our board one, all the boards are the people who working behind the screen. We think what they are doing. But I want to say, I want to appreciate those people because this is a one part of the committee of board ones, like immigration committee. They have the like education committee, they have the land use committee, they have the municipal committee, and all this committee has a commitment to be engaged with this one. And doing all these things behind this one, the people in the office, in the DM office, in the board office, they are the one who set up for everything. And we, as a committee, I want to say thank you for their hard work. At the same time, I want to mention one thing. It is something we can contribute more, even it is workload more. Like means like in the board office, like we have new members, and some members already lose their extensionship, means their membership expired already. So who are the interested people and new members want to join us, then we invite them with the board office, with our personal communication, with our immigration community as much as we can. If we get more people, if we get more members, that will contribute successfulness of it. I believe our DM sir will be agree with that part also. And we want to be more engaged with those new members, with our board office and this one. I'm a little bit upset today. Then I don't get the email regarding today's meeting. Besides, I have the calendar. But I knew I was with the DM last week at a national meeting, and he mentioned that there would be immigration committee. But I believe we can pursue more through phone calling, through the emailing, and I would draw kind attention to our DM so people can be like say engage more with our committee.
Okay.
That's all I want to mention in this
Because
meeting.
the only,
Today. Yes.
if I may,
Yeah.
regarding the membership.
Yeah.
I think I want to let the people know that you don't have to be a board member, right, DM, in order to be part of a committee. As a matter of fact, yes, I would like to see more people directly from the community come to our immigration committee meeting and become part of this committee. Okay, I would like to see that happen. And the only thing is, maybe sometimes they speak different languages, and maybe we'll have to get somebody to translate for them and everything. But I think there's a way around to that. And you're absolutely right. With membership, there are many of us, including myself. I think our term is finished, and I don't know if we're gonna. I think this is our last year here. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we cannot still participate into the committee meetings and so forth, and still help out the best way that we can help out. Okay, so on that level, because I noticed you mentioned about the membership situation, and I'm aware that the board members, all of us belong to different committees, and it is indeed a commitment. And it is a dedication. And all of us in the meantime do have very busy schedules, you see? But that's another thing that I want to encourage. And let me see if I could, okay, once we get our office back, which I think is coming soon, hopefully I could start to re-invite people. I remember last year we were able to invite like a sister from the mall. She came and she told me how helpful that was to her. And I was able to, I remember one time we were able to bring a whole bunch of fellas that were able to come over. And I would like to take that a step further and invite them to join our committee, to be a part of this, okay? And I would like to have 10 names on that list that could get signed by them. So that's, again, for the future. Once we get our office back, I think we will be able to accomplish that. And I think many of them are probably going to be willing to come and because sometimes it's an issue of just being able to give out information to these people who just don't know resources are available. I remember when the mayor's office came, well, what was that last year? And we were able to give out all that information. Every little bit helps, and that's what I think you are alleging to, right, Mr. Muhammad?
Thank you, Madam
Yeah.
Angelia.
Okay.
Before I let my DM to talk about it, I want to mention one thing. It is not that he is in front of me, but one thing, and each and every one, if they look carefully, the man dedicated his whole life from beginning to still today dealing with the government. That's our DM, dealing with the public, dealing with.
Yes.
That's why when we see him, a letter goes to mayor office, a letter goes to borough office, a letter. He don't have to get help. He know how to send them. He know how to talk to them, and that is the improvement. Like you said last week, he mentioned like the senior committee's meeting, how the people involved. He is the one behind the scheme,
Yes.
and I know he had that kind of commitment he put already. But he has a resource. He has an energy. We like to bring his energy to involve each other, and I want to hear from him. So he will, like other thing you mentioned, that there is a community involvement officially. That is why he recruit the gentleman, brother bro. What is the Muslim name? The gentleman is a part of our community leader. Isa, brother Isa,
Yes.
brother Isa
Isa,
representing as a public person. So he is already there, and
Yes.
that comes official form application. He have to fill it up, and then DM have to approve with all of our. Then we are as a group work, and we did it.
Yes.
That is why in the committee we have public person. This is nothing. This is head doing his part.
Yes.
But the other
Remember
thing
that.
I'm requesting what he can do, he knows how many board members are. He knows whose people are involving with the other two committees. At least they have to be part of two communities. So I am requesting him cordially to involve those people, try to bring. So this house will be full with the 10 members, 12 members, 20 members, and we can collaboratively move forward for the Mr. DM, I want to hear your commitment. How can we make more cooperation?
So definitely, thank you, Chair. So our team is always looking innovatively about how we can engage more people. I think this is the first time in this community board that we engage the general public to be part of what is called public membership.
Yes.
Definitely when Stephen joined our team, and it's something that he experienced in his other life and other community boards, that the way that you engage community, other members who are not likely were appointed by the borough president or the city council member to be engaged in the community board, and the only way that traditionally that's happened is through the community work. Committees is how a lot of the work of the community board happens and gets done. And so I think that a way that a couple of things that are happening in the very near future, in the next couple of weeks, likely we always start seeing the reappointments decisions be made by our elected officials, of our president, city council members, and then you'll start seeing the appointments of new members. We have right now 29 people who are who are officially still now board members, and that means we have a little access to close to 21 more seats open, right? Is that, am I right?
21, yes. 21 seats are open.
on the board, and so we don't always anticipate that the entire 50 seats are filled, but we are always advocating people to do two things. One, if you want to still serve on the board, seek reappointment, and two, if you're interested in serving the board, follow the process that the borough president has for her team in her office to get people to apply. and go through the interview process, and even lobby your city council members who has a lot more majority seats, so that you get appointed to be on the board. But we are in our outreach efforts that we have been making since I've been here, and then like Stephen, a little over a year, right, Stephen? You've been here?
Yes, about a year and a half now.
Have been working with everybody who comes to the community board office or on our pantry lines, or we engage with them anyway. We always encourage them to, one, if they can't get appointed to fill out the application to become a full board member, is to fill out the application process so that we can be able to make sure that people who are interested can have opportunity to sit on the committees. As soon as we get those applications, people get the application, or interesting people get the application and the committee description, so they know the work of this committee and all our committees. As Audrey knows, who comes to almost every one of our committee meetings, there's action and things happening in all our committees. There's a lot of great things that the staff is doing to encourage like food pantry and everything else to get the community activated and involved. There are now more than ever, the staff has been working with the committees to sponsor a lot of events. Like we had the senior event, we had the job fair, we had the cleanup, we have had so many other things. So this community board is extremely active. We also encourage people to go attend other community board events or go to the things at the Borough President's Office, the events the Borough President's Office is sponsoring. And so, yes, you guys right there outside in YouTube land, reach out to Stephen, reach out to the team at the community board office, talk to us about wanting to definitely be engaged in one of our committees. We need your participation, we need your help, we need your input, we need your energy, we need your ability to be able to contribute. The chairman has always had this committee actively running and being engaging. We anticipate under the chairperson's leadership, working with our partners at CUNY now and the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs and so many other great things to make sure that your work would not go unnoticed and not unwanted and to come in, be involved in. I think RG has done so much work in the community to also engage us with community gardens and other organizations and some cultural events and also some horticulture and other events. But the time is now to join your community board to definitely make sure your voice is heard in the community. So thank you, Chairman, for allowing me the time to speak. And definitely we will, every day that folks come into our office, we will advertise or reach out to the community board office at bx01@cb.nyc.gov or go online to fill out an application and learn more about our committees. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Dean, for the commitment we have and this kind of collaboration with your board office, with your members, and it makes me hopeful down the road we will get more of our committee members and we can make a change to our neighborhood. This is something we should appreciate each other ourselves. So thank you, your leadership, Mr. Dean, and your Mr. Stephen, and also Diana as well. They are very cooperative to all the committees. Not I'm mentioning my committee. I'm seeing when they have a municipal committee, immigration committee, education committee. But that day, even 2 people are present from your office. That's meaning something that the commitment you have. Thank you all. And down the road, we want to work together, collaboratively, and accomplish our goals we have in our minds.
I want to say one thing that I have been noticing: the chair has been showing up in a lot of other committee members lobbying to other people at other meetings saying, hey, I'm glad you're here, education and youth and young adults, but I also have a big committee too. So I thank you for your lobbying, because I saw that happening where you attended education and youth and young adults. You invited people and called yourself personally to make sure that people know there's exciting things happening in this committee and we definitely need the help. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Madam Argelia. You mentioned one thing that from the committee, the outside the committee, like say our neighborhood, our constituents, our neighbor. In regards to that, feel free to invite them to join.
Okay,
I'm gonna no problem
and you
at
know
all.
what? I'm gonna, as a matter of fact, something just came to my mind now.
Yeah.
Like the food pantry.
Yeah.
And I do help out in that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start to invite, okay, as soon as we get our office together, which I think is gonna be soon,
This month.
okay,
We'll
this
be-
month,
we'll
by
be
this
in
month,
We'll be in
but
this month.
I'm gonna
This,
start to,
This weekend.
because you know
we'll
what
be in
I noticed, a lot of the people on that line who come are immigrants. You know, I noticed that, okay, and I could tell from the language and everything they speak, and some of the people that we're already serving, because they already are coming to the office, you know, to get the services. I want to invite them and tell them, you know, we have an immigration committee. Why don't you come on such and such day, on Friday, to our meeting, and you're welcome to come. And it's going to be right here at the office. See what I'm saying? Give me a number, and I'll, if I have to take and start calling them, I'm going to start copying the example that the DM does. He calls us, and he makes sure he'll send us a text and call us. And Stephen is very diligent. Stephen will send. I'm going to take your example, DM, and I'm going to start doing that also. I'm going to start calling people. Hello, how are you? Yes, I remember you participating in our food pantry. We're having our immigration committee. Come on and join us. Would you like to be a
So
part
good
of it?
time for you to come tomorrow if you have availability.
I'm going to start to do
That's-
that because that's a good idea, and we got to start from somewhere. Okay, but if these people are coming to get something, then maybe they could start participating too and join our immigration committee. Okay, and I'm sure that once our office is going to be open soon, okay, and they come to get social services too and other things that we offer, I want to come on and be part of our immigration committee. I bet you the place is going to get full sooner or later because that's what, as a matter of fact, the majority of them that stand on the, we've been helping for a while there. After a while, you start to notice the faces, and many of them are actually already familiar. We're already kind of familiar with the groups that come and everything. I would say 90% of them are all immigrants that come. So I'm sure that they are probably not even aware that an immigration committee exists. Okay, so that's one right there. That's going to be a venue that I can reach out to them with, you know. And thank you for the idea. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Archilia. One thing I noticed on behalf of myself is that anything, any issue, any special group, religious group, national
Mhm.
people, you and me talk or somebody talks, and then we feel our side. Mr. DM, we need your help. Can you make a phone call to this institute or this kind of group? He's available, and he did it. How I
Okay.
say that is an example. Last time, the Ramadan time, we had a party for iftar party, and
Yeah.
he was so much engaged with the elected official and other agencies to invite them to join. That kinds of thing I'm mentioning, that we should appreciate that part. Let's say immigration committee meeting, and we want to invite some kinds of group, some kinds of ethnic people, and you and me communicating, it does not give it. Then if our board office, your district manager colleague, it gives you sense of responsibility and response. We can use him that culture. And he thinks his job is far and beyond doing that kinds of things. This is not his in front of me, because your records, your words speak on behalf of you. So do Mr. Steven. That is why we get the people in the office who are willing to help us. And we need, as a leadership, each and every board member is the leader of our board, every member. If we can provide them all the resources and we can use them, we can make a fruitful board in the district of borough, in our borough. So let's work together. Nothing about me, nothing about him. It is all about us. And we bring that commitment. That is what I feel on behalf of myself. Thank you for your precious time. Mr. Stephen Palmer, this is your floor, sir. If you want to add anything, this is for you, sir. Please go ahead.
I am just glad to be part of the board in terms of staff, helping the district manager realize the committee's goals and their vision. So whatever you need from me, just you can just know that you can lean on me, and I'll gladly help as best as I can. And that's all I got.
Thank
Join
you,
into
Mr. Stephen, for your commitment in future. Hopefully, we will work together and make a successful board in our boroughs. So, do you all have any kinds of old businesses as per like agenda? Any old businesses we can discuss? If no, Mr. DM, do we have any new businesses that we can discuss?
None, Mr. Chairman.
If it's none of them, then Madam Argilia, I am asking for adjournment, a motion.
Okay, I make a motion that the meeting be adjourned.
Thank you all. Today's meeting adjourned.
Thank
Thank
you.
you much.
Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, but I'm gonna start to, reach out because many of those people, and they